So you just unboxed your new Google Home or Google Nest speaker, or maybe you're setting one up for the first time and you're staring at it wondering how you actually get this thing talking to your Wi-Fi. Or maybe you switch routers and now your old Google Home is sitting there completely disconnected and confused. Either way, this video is going to walk you through the entire process from start to finish. And honestly, once you know where to tap, this whole thing takes less than 5 minutes. Before you do anything else, grab your phone and make sure you have two things ready: your Wi-Fi network name and password, and the Google Home app installed on your phone, which is free on both iOS and Android. If you already have the app but haven't opened it in a while, it's worth double-checking you're on the latest version, since Google updates this app fairly often, and older versions sometimes behave a little differently during setup. You'll also want your phone's Bluetooth turned on, since the app uses Bluetooth to find and talk to your Google Home device during the initial pairing process, even though the actual ongoing connection will run over Wi-Fi once everything's set up. Now, go ahead and plug your Google Home device into power if you haven't already. You'll see the lights on top start blinking as it boots up, and after a short moment you should hear a little chime or a spoken prompt letting you know it's ready for setup. While that's happening, open the Google Home app on your phone and make sure you're signed into the Google account you want this device tied to, since that account is what controls the speaker going forward. So pick your main account if you want it linked to things like your calendar and other Google services down the line. Inside the app, look for the plus icon, usually sitting in the top left or top right corner depending on your app version, and tap it. From there, select Setup Device, and then choose New Devices. If this is the very first smart device you're adding to the app, you'll be asked to create a home first, which just means giving your household a name and optionally an address, and you can breeze through that in a few seconds. Once that's done, the app will start scanning nearby for your Google Home using Bluetooth, and within a few seconds you should see it show up on screen. If it doesn't appear right away, don't panic. Just try moving your phone a little closer to the speaker or pull down to refresh the device list, since a busy Wi-Fi environment can sometimes slow this scanning process down. Tap on your device once it appears, and the app will play a little sound through your speaker to confirm you're connecting to the correct device, especially handy if you've got more than one Google Home in the house. Confirm that yes, that's the sound you heard, and the app will walk you through naming the device and choosing which room it's in, like living room or bedroom, which helps later when you're giving voice commands to a specific speaker. After that comes the actual Wi-Fi step. The app will show you a list of every Wi-Fi network it can detect nearby. Find your network in that list, tap it, and enter your Wi-Fi password when prompted. Double-check it before hitting Next, since a single typo here is the most common reason people get stuck at this stage. Tap Next and give it a moment. You'll see a short connecting animation, and once it's done, you'll get a confirmation message letting you know the device successfully joined your network. Now, if you're not setting this up fresh, but instead trying to move an existing Google Home over to a new Wi-Fi network, maybe you got a new router or changed your Wi-Fi password, the process is just as simple, but starts from a slightly different spot. Open the Google Home app, tap on the device tile for your speaker, and go into its settings. From there, tap into device information and then Wi-Fi, and you'll see an option that says Forget this network. Go ahead and tap that, which basically tells the device to let go of its old connection. Once that's done, head back to the app's main screen, tap the plus icon again, and go through Add Device the exact same way you would for a brand new speaker. And when you get to the network selection screen, just pick your new network and enter the new password. The device doesn't need to be unplugged or reset for this. It'll simply reconnect using the new setup steps. If, for whatever reason, your Google Home just isn't showing up during setup, or it keeps failing to connect no matter how many times you retype the password, a full reboot often clears things up. You can say a voice command to restart it if it's already partially working, or go into the app, select the device, tap More, and choose Reboot from there. Give it about a minute to fully restart and try the setup process again from scratch. And if none of that works, there's always the factory reset option as a last resort, which usually involves pressing and holding a small reset button on the bottom or back of the device for around 15 seconds until the lights change pattern, after which the device wipes its settings entirely and you can walk through the full setup process again, as if it were brand new out of the box. One quick note if you're running a mesh Wi-Fi system in your home, like Google Wi-Fi or Nest Wi-Fi points, the setup process is nearly identical. You're just adding the Google Home as another device on your existing mesh Wi-Fi network, rather than a traditional single router network. so all the same steps in the app apply. There are a couple of other snags people run into that's worth knowing ahead of time. One big one is band compatibility. Most Google Home and Nest devices only connect to 2.4 GHz, not 5 GHz, and a lot of modern routers broadcast both bands under the exact same network name to make things simpler for you. If your router does that, the app should handle it automatically and quietly connect the speaker to the 2.4 GHz side behind the scenes. But if you've split your network into two separate names, something like Home Network and Home Network 5G, make sure you're selecting the 2.4 GHz one during setup, because trying to connect it to a 5 GHz only network is one of the most common reasons setup gets stuck or silently fails without any clear error message telling you what went wrong. Another thing worth checking if the app just can't find your device at all during that initial scanning step is your phone's location and Bluetooth permissions. On both iOS and Android, the Google Home app needs location services turned on in order to properly scan for nearby Bluetooth devices, which sounds like an odd requirement, but it's actually a security restriction built into the phone's operating system itself, not something Google added on a whim. Head into your phone's settings, find the Google Home app specifically, and make sure both Bluetooth and location permissions are set to allowed. Then go back into the app and try the device scan again. If you're on a network that uses a guest network or a network with strict device isolation turned on, sometimes common in apartment buildings, dorms, or offices with managed Wi-Fi, that can also block the Google Home from completing setup, even though your phone shows a strong connection, since those networks are specifically designed to keep devices from discovering each other for security reasons. In that situation, your best bet is usually to connect through the main home network if you have access to it, or ask whoever manages that network whether device isolation can be turned off for trusted devices. It's also worth mentioning what happens if you own multiple Google Home or Nest devices scattered around the house, since the process I just walked through applies individually to each one. You don't add them all at once. You go through the entire scan, confirm, name, and Wi-Fi selection sequence separately for every single speaker or display, one at a time. It takes a few extra minutes if you've got a whole house full of them, but the app remembers your Wi-Fi password after the first one, so you generally won't need to type it in again for every additional device, which speeds things up considerably by the third or fourth speaker. Lastly, if you ever upgrade your internet plan or your provider pushes out a router replacement without much warning, which happens more often than you'd think, your Google Home devices won't automatically follow along to a brand new network name, even if the password stays exactly the same. Anytime your SSID changes, even slightly, you'll need to go back through that forget this network and reconnect process for every device on your account. It's a good habit to keep your Wi-Fi credentials written down somewhere safe, since you'll likely need to re-enter them across several smart home devices whenever your network setup changes, not just your Google Home speakers. And that's genuinely the whole process. Plug it in, open the app, let it scan, pick your network, type your password, and you're live. If this saved you some frustration, drop a like. It really helps this video reach other people stuck on the exact same setup screen. Subscribe if you want more simple tech walkthroughs like this one, and I'll see you in the next video.